Hello and welcome to the Unus Annus project. In this quick little intro here, I just wanted to say a big thank you to the community for all of the submissions that you guys submitted into this video. It's absolutely amazing. Honestly, blown away how many of you actually submitted something. Without you, I literally wouldn't have been able to make this project a thing. Secondly, I want to thank my brother because he helped me voice over a lot of things in the video that you will see. In this video you will be seeing a whole bunch of messages of what Unus Annus meant or how Unus Annus affected a person. You will also be seeing a lot of art, some cosplays, some merch people were wearing, some amazing suits, just some amazing stories. In general, it's supposed to be a project that gives back to the Unus Annus community and shows the creators of Unus Annus how much the community really affected us as a whole, even though they probably know that it was big. This is another level on top of that I wanted to show and share, since it's been officially 1 year without Unus Annus, basically, which is absolutely insane. Secondly, I wanted to say thank you to the Unus Annus team for all of the hard work you guys did, because without you guys, this community wouldn't even exist. Unus Annus really wouldn't have been a thing at all. So thank you Mark, thank you Ethan, thank you Amy, thank you Evan, thank you all the editors, everybody behind the scenes, everybody that was a guest, and all of the team, because you guys are absolutely amazing. Big goal here, hopefully Mark and Ethan see this video, because this took a lot of work to prepare and get done, so hopefully they see it. And with that being said, let's get on into the video. To start this off, I guess I'll tell you what my message is of how Unus Annus affected me. Unus Annus to me honestly brought me out of my shell a lot more and helped me find myself on who I was. It helped my friend group have something to talk about during the pandemic while we were all locked up and doing online school. And in general, Unus Annus is something that definitely won't be leaving me anytime soon, and will go on for generations for me to talk about it, because it's literally amazing. I can't even put words to it of how much Unus Annus truly meant to me, because without it I wouldn't be the person I am today. With that being said, let's get on to the video and the rest of the messages.
So while Unus Annus was happening during lockdown, I was extremely depressed. And every time a new episode came out, it gave me back some happiness and a little bit of me. Without them, I feel like I wouldn't be here right now. I owe Mark and Ethan my life. Unus Annus was the thing that saved me in lockdown. I hope that they know that I love them so much.
This is my entry for the Unus Annus Project Anti-Planets is doing. I think that's the username, so if I messed it up. But, I'm gonna make this short because I'll probably start rambling on about it, but I'm doing a video about how it impacted me and everything. I think Unus Annus impacted everyone in a really good way, obviously, and I used to be scared of death a lot, and I still kind of am a little bit, but Unus Annus really helped me and everything, and I love the message behind it and everything, because you had to at least be there for one video and everything. You didn't even have to be there for the whole thing to actually understand it and everything. And I am so happy I was there, and it's genuinely helped me and everything throughout so much and everything. And seeing Mark and Ethan every day just bonding and having fun and being the goofy people they are, it's really helped me and everything. And being reminded of Unus Annus just makes me so happy, and it's the most amazing thing I've seen, and I don't think anyone else can, do it how they did. No one can recreate Unus Annus. I just love it. Memento Mori, Unus Annus.
Unus Annus meant a lot to me. I was going through a lot of stuff, but knowing I would get home and be able to laugh with Mark, Amy, and Eve, occasionally Jack, was one of the few things that got me through the day. Thank you, Memento Mori.
Unus Annus helped me through such a tough year. Great timing, by the way, guys. You chose a good year, and really gave me a reason to laugh every single day when mentally I was struggling. I hate to be that person, but I was there since day one, and I'm so glad I got to experience every single moment of it. I know it's cheesy, but it was just something to look forward to. It was just always fun, and it was great making references with friends who also watched. No, I didn't force them to watch. Why would you say that? I will always remember the hilarious moments, yet appreciate all the good things must come to an end. Memento Mori.
So I kinda messed up with Unus Annus. What I mean is when I first discovered the channel, it was probably late March. I binged them for days, then made the dumb mistake of waiting until the end of the year to binge watch Unus Annus for like a week straight. But when I discovered they were deleting the channel in November, I freaked out because I thought they were gonna delete it around Christmas. So I never really got to watch all of the content they produced. But anyways, moral of the story is I learned to never put anything off or push it aside because it was gonna end faster than you think.
Unus Annus was what kept me going throughout the first lockdown and was basically the only thing bringing me joy. With school crushing me like the fantasies of REB fans and not being able to see my friends, Unus Annus was there for me and I'm so glad I was there for it.
I joined Unus Annus in May 5th, 2020. Back then, I don't know who Mark and Ethan was, but somehow it caught my eye. I quickly learned what it was about and became such a huge fan of them. I even got a hoodie and some other merch to remember them in the future. I don't usually cry when films or series end, but this goodbye stream made me sob so much, I almost woke up my whole family. I've seen all of the videos on the channel almost twice, and saw every second of the UA livestream. Because of this project means so much to me even now. They changed my vision of the world and taught me so many things in their everyday videos. I know now that I am not scared of death, and I learned that I need to use my time productively as much as I can, because we can do only so much in our short lives. They always made my day better when they uploaded, and honestly, I'm glad to be a part of this amazing journey. What an opportunity. Thank you, Unus Annus. You have a piece in my heart forever. Memento Mori.
Unus Annus meant a lot to me because it's comforting, hearing how much it impacted mine and others' lives. Every time I see someone wearing the merch or has something on their wall, it puts a smile on my face. It reminds me of the lovely community that was made. Ever since Unus Annus, I've never been able to find a channel like that one. It was truly hilarious and chaotic. I will forever miss it. Memento Mori.
I was going through a really tough time, trying to balance college and work as well as leaving myself enough time to help my mental health. Vetting to watch Mark and Eve goof around and just have fun every day for a whole year really helped me to just forget about everything for a few minutes and have a good time. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have gone insane by now, so I wanted to thank them and the community for making the sun shine through the storm and reminding me all of the fun life can be.
For me, Unus Annus put into perspective how much can change in a year and how shortly it really is. Unus Annus was one of the biggest impacts of my life in a long while.
What Unus Annus meant to me was YOLO, honestly. It's the only way to put it. Sure, not much was life-changing or dangerous, but I saw it in a way of you only have one life to live, and time doesn't wait for no one, so you have to take life into your own hands and live it. I don't want to ramble on too much, so I'll leave it there. Unus Annus, Memento Mori.
Unus Annus brought me happiness in a time when I wasn't feeling happy or like myself. Seeing all the random things they did and the happiness they felt just made me feel like I was a part of something special. The fact that they didn't have all the time in the world to do everything, yet they tried their hardest to make the most of every day, made the message so much more important. I didn't manage to watch every video. I probably only watched about 50, yet I'm still proud I got to be a part of something so amazing. Memento Mori.
Unus Annus gave me a year to self-reflect, but also a year of giggles and laughter. But being in the UK, it meant I stayed up a bit later to see it posted on time, but I still made my day every day for a year. I also got to watch the final stream. Honestly, amazing editors, amazing creators, amazing everyone, and amazing Amy for putting up with it 99% of the time.
Unus Annus. Wow, it's been a year since it's ended. Unus Annus meant so much to me because of a terrible incident that happened around this time. On New Year's Day 2020, I had to report my mother's ex-boyfriend for child molestation to me. At this time, I no longer had the want to eat, the want to sleep, the want for anything. But I finally watched a YouTube video 3 days after. It was the DIY bungee jump video. I've been with Unus Annus since the first day, but it's brought me back laughs and joy I felt nothing else could bring back. Thank you, Ethan and Mark. I love you guys so much. Memento Mori, Unus Annus.
So I lost my dad, Steve, in March 2020, which was soon after I moved away from home. And after I completed training, I found myself all alone most days. I knew about Unus Annus and looked it up to see if it was still around, and thank God it was. Unus Annus and Mark and Ethan helped me better grasp the idea of coping with death in my life. I lost a lot of people before I found Unus Annus, so a death I could see coming actually made things easier, so thank you, Mark. And thank you, Ethan. But most importantly, thank you to the Unus Annus community for helping me out so much. Unus Annus, Memento Mori.
Unus Annus made me smile every day for 1 year, even on my baddest days, and it even made me do that creepy, weird throat laugh. I made some friends through it.
Unus Annus is one of the few things that got me through an incredibly shitty year. I can probably count on my fingers the number of truly good days I had in 2020, but every single day I knew I could rely on Mark and Ethan to make me smile and even laugh at least once. I say maybe I was usually laughing my arse off and or seriously questioning their sanity by the end of each video. I stayed up all night watching a live stream. I'm UK based, so it was like 8 p.m. and finished at 8 a.m. and actually had a bit of adjustment period to get used to the lack of daily madness. Unus Annus meant so much to me, and still does. Nothing like that will ever happen again, and I'm so happy I got to be there for it. All of Mark and Ethan's work means a great deal to me. They both helped me get through some rough times, but Unus Annus was particularly special. Memento Mori.
Unus Annus. Jeez, I'm not gonna lie, I missed a lot of it because of family issues. Whenever I could, though, I would binge watch the ones I missed. It made me laugh so much more than I had in all the past 4-ish years. I missed the channel, and I refused to watch one of the archive YouTube accounts. Still to this day, I will stop and do 404 error not found. I remember how much I cried on the death stream, because that was what I looked forward to at the end of the day. It has brought me happiness and just, yeah. Unus Annus, Memento Mori. Thank you, Ethan and Mark and Chica and Spencer and Amy and others. You made that year a special one for me.
Unus Annus. Unus Annus teached me to not take things for granted because before you know it, it can be gone forever.
Unus Annus got me through the toughest times during quarantine and college life. I still quote them multiple times daily. There's nothing in this world that could replace it, and I am extremely sad it's gone. However, I'm satisfied they went through with it, and I am grateful to have been there. Thank you, Mark, Ethan, and Amy.
I cannot believe it's been a whole year. An entire year has gone by without the channel. I remember when the first few videos dropped, I wasn't sure I was going to start watching the channel, thinking it would be a waste of time to see it get deleted in a year, so I waited and went to my friend's house, and me and her, both being Mark and Ethan fans, decided to sit and watch the first 5 to 6 videos. Needless to say, it changed my life. Every single day I made time for them. I would go out of my way to make sure I would watch the videos. Then as I got closer to the end, my heart was breaking. At the end of the live stream, I was sobbing. It was like losing a friend. A friend that meant so much to me, gave me something to look forward to every day, made whatever day I was having a good one, even if it was just 20 minutes or so. So yes, Unus Annus meant a lot to me. Some days it was the only thing I looked forward to, and even to this day I find myself forgetting it's really gone. Hell, the other day I went to pull it up for my boyfriend. But anyways, Memento Mori, Unus Annus. I'm still depressed that everything ended, but at least I'll get a streamy.
My grandmother passed away last year right before the start of the pandemic. I was severely depressed, and Unus Annus was a huge part of what kept me from ending it all. I realized that life is short and I wanted to stick it out to the end. Every day I think about how lucky I was to experience Unus Annus with so many others, and I wish I could tell Mark and Ethan, and everyone else on the team, how much it meant to me.
Unus Annus was something I didn't know what it was about until I watched my first video, Christmas shopping with Jacksepticeye, I believe, and after that I was hooked. It was like something in my head told me this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing that could happen, and you have to experience this. Every single video, every time the clock went by, I was there, and when I saw the notification, I clicked it as fast as I can to be the first to watch what antics Mark and Ethan were gonna do. For me, it was different from every other YouTube channel, and I've watched every day was something different and something crazy. Unus Annus was the first channel I ever bought merch from, and I bought the 2 YouTubes. To me, these things were something that I had to get to preserve the memory, to say that I was there to experience a legendary moment. The whole of my 2020 was Unus Annus, and it's super special to me. I'm amazed of how much time goes by when you don't pay attention, and I can't wrap my head around it. Almost being a year since Unus Annus ended. I have never forgotten the memories. To Mark, to Ethan, to Amy, to Evan, to many of the other editors and contributors to dedicate last year on Unus Annus, thank you so much for these memories. There's no other way to end this message but Memento Mori. Unus Annus.
Around when Unus Annus started, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer. I was having a really rough time processing it. I was failing classes, losing friendships, overall, a really hard time. Being able to watch Markiplier and Ethan mess around with and do random shenanigans really helped me through that. And the pandemic, it always brightened up my day. Since it's ended, my grandfather has unfortunately passed. But seeing how Unus Annus gives me so much hope. So many people have been positively affected from the channel, and I'm so happy to be part of it.
I can't believe it's been a year. Time really does fly by. Unus Annus meant so much to me. I remember I started watching Markiplier somewhere in March or April, and then I found Unus Annus. Without them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, and the desire to try new things and just enjoy life has to offer. Me, a kid who was bored in summer break and stressed being so deadly during the school year of 2020-2021, made my priority to watch every single video, and from what I could get from that was inspiration, hope, a lesson learned. The time is short, and we will never get back the time that we waste, so we need to use it wisely. Other than that, Ethan and Mark just make my day, especially during the stressful school year online. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys for that. I miss you guys dearly. Memento mori, Unus Annus.
Unus Annus was introduced to me when I was at my darkest. It truly meant a lot to me. It gave a suicidal person a reason to live further, and taught me why I should live life to the fullest. It made me look forward to every day, because there would be a new video that would help me laugh away the sadness. It helped me get over many losses. It helped me cope. It helped me make new friends. Unus Annus truly changed my life. And this is one way I can thank Ethan, Mark, Amy, the editor, Evan, Chica, Spencer, and lastly, the community. Thank you. Memento mori.
Unus Annus was something that my boyfriend and I got to share. One of the first things we discovered we had in common. We had a rocky start, but their channel brought us something to look forward to every day, and our love grew through theirs every day. We still laugh about the videos today, and we have memories together not many can understand. I love him more than anything, and I could not be happier that I got to watch the end stream with him by my side as we said goodbye.
Unus Annus really helped me through a lot. I remember every day I would wake up and be so happy seeing that Unus Annus posted. I was going through a rough patch, and it just really made me feel better. It was always so nice to see Ethan and Mark doing a bunch of random things. They really helped me out, and I cannot thank them enough for it. Unus Annus was the reason I started watching Mark again. Before Unus Annus, I didn't know about Ethan, but I'm really glad I found it. Memento mori.
Unus Annus was so amazing, and it meant so much to the YouTube community. To me, the channel meant that life was short, and there are so many things that you can do to get the best out of life.
I joined about halfway through the year. I was really lonely during that time, and when I found Unus Annus, it brought me so much joy and it made me feel so much less lonely. I also met my boyfriend during that time, and we bonded over Unus Annus. Even though he only started watching a month or so before it ended, Unus Annus really taught me not to worry so much about things that are out of my control, and gave me so much inspiration and joy during such a lonely time in my life.
I was late to the Unus Annus party, and I was introduced to it via a friend. I knew who Mark was and loved watching Ethan, but never really watched Unus Annus. As soon as I had started watching it, I was hooked, and I couldn't stop watching. Around the time it was shown to me, I was moving a lot, and I was unable to see some friends. I was unable to talk to the friend that introduced me to them. During the moving period, there was a lot of long car rides, and Unus Annus made them so much easier to get through. Around my birthday, my dog had died, and I wasn't feeling the best, but I continued to watch Unus Annus as they helped me overcome the starting point of my grief, and eventually let it all out. I was there for the final stream, and I still remember the day. I really do want Unus Annus back. We all do.
For me, Unus Annus was a bit of a renaissance. It made me feel special. It made me realize I could just appreciate, just experience something, anything's more. It somehow twisted my life from, we're all gonna die, why would I even try, to we're all gonna die, so let's make the most of our time. And I've been trying to do just that. Even when a bad mood creeps in, I refuse to just lie there. If I cannot do it for me, then I do it in honor of our cult community.
Unus Annus held a special place in my heart. I always will remember what they make. The fun, all the happiness, sad, all of the memories that they created. I also met a lot of new friends because of them. Mark, Ethan, and Amy really do a great job. The dedication in it is just awesome. The videos helped me get through my hard times.
Unus Annus helped me laugh in life when everything happening around me was depressing. I had been doing miserable in life, with everything going downhill. I've given up on life. The daily uploads helped me brighten up, and tried to get my life back together. The memes and everything's helped me through my darkest times of the year.
Unus Annus had really helped me during the year that it was alive. It got me through my hospital admission, and it kept me happy on my birthday. It just always made me laugh one way or another, and I'd go rewatch the videos after a while. I'm thankful for Mark and Ethan for creating Unus Annus, and I thank them personally for their hard work making this be able to last even after its death.
Unus Annus was so good for me mentally because not only did it give me a sense of routine, watching it every day, routine is a mega helpful productivity for me, it also just helped me through a bad day. The videos would always be up in the evening where I live, so it would always be a good way to wind down. It also helped me connect with someone who is now a great friend of mine. All in all, it made a shitty year so much better. Plus the hoodie is great. See profile pic.
For me, Unus Annus was something that made me feel like I was seriously a part of something that will never happen again. That alone gives me so much joy and excitement over the memories I have gotten from some of my favorite YouTubers. 10 Mile Mark and good old Leaf. So much has changed for me since the start and end of the channel, and yet I still love both their content with everything else yet to come. I hope everyone is having a brilliant day.
Unus Annus saved me when I was having severe depressive episodes during an extremely rough time in my life. They kept me going. Thank you, Mark and Ethan. Memento Mori.
Unus Annus has been a big comfort for me for so long. Even after it was gone, I was still getting comfort from the memories. It helped my view and perspective on things that I never would have thought would have changed in that way. Ethan and Mark and Amy, they are also so talented and amazing for this. The fact that their point was to do something like this, and they pulled it off, may be better than anyone could have. Unus Annus will always be in my heart and always hold it there. Memento Mori.
Unus Annus helped me keep my closest friends in the world, gave us something to talk about every day and laugh about. We're still close because of it.
For me, Unus Annus always made me laugh and was always there for me as a whole. And just Mark and Ethan, it also brought my friends closer since we were able to bond over it. I knew if I was upset I could watch it, and it always made me laugh.
Unus Annus meant a lot to me because I loved watching Ethan and Mark's friendship grow as it was so much fun and happiness to cheer me up. I will miss it forever. Memento Mori.
Unus Annus was so important for me. It helped me through so much that year. Without that feeling at the end of the day, I could just sit down and watch with no judgment, becoming part of a bigger whole. I wouldn't have made it through the year. 2020 took such a toll on me, but Unus Annus was always there to lift my spirits and tell me, hey, it's gonna get better soon. Don't worry because you're not alone. I appreciated that, and I could just laugh with them and find simple enjoyment in their videos I needed. From the first video I watched on the first day of the channel ever existing to the moment that the three of them pressed the delete button together. Not going to lie, I stayed up overnight to watch that full stream, but I have never once regretted doing so. Unus Annus was such a big part of my life for what feels like so long, and I know it will never be forgotten as long as I live. Memento Mori.
It let me look forward to something in a dark time. Even laugh sometimes.
Unus Annus was one of the only things that was truly keeping me going through the hectic year. Although I was not committed to it as most others and was unable to watch all of the videos, they still impacted me greatly. For instance, I watched a whole stream before they shut it down and even somehow convinced my mom to get me merch for the first time ever. I'm so lucky to have been a part of this amazing fan base, and I'm so glad that I was able to experience something that will never happen again. So I want to say thank you to Mark and Ethan for joining together all of these amazing people and for doing something that never has really been done before, because Unus Annus was particularly special. With that being said, memento mori, unus annus.
The screen video was easily one of my favorites. I genuinely think it was funny, and love rewatching the skits that original creators still have up. It made me feel happy during the pandemic, and gave me a bright side to 2020.
I found Unus Annus a few months after it started. I had got hit by a car and was dealing with PTSD. I still am. Unus Annus gave me what I needed at the time. Thank you for that, Mark and Ethan. I will forever be grateful.
I would love to submit a drawing possibly. I've been with Unus Annus from the very beginning. I grew to love the channel, watching it day after day. Mark and Ethan made that year of hard and stressful change for me something I'll never forget. Despite everything being so messy, the joy they brought me throughout those 365 days is what made that year of my life survivable. I'll never forget the memories I've made, how far I've come, but most importantly, I'll never forget the lesson that they taught me, that the clock is always ticking, and that I refuse to take a single second for granted. Memento mori. Unus Annus.
For me and my boyfriend, Unus Annus was a way of cheering us up every video and laughing and admiring them both. My boyfriend was there from the first minute to the last second. Unlike me, I didn't know about it until like halfway through, and it nearly brought tears to my eyes when the channel ended. It impacted us a lot. Unus Annus, memento mori.
Unus Annus was very important to me and helped me understand myself and come to terms with life and death. I can't express just how much I appreciate all the work Mark, Ethan, Amy, and the team put in for all of us to enjoy. Memento mori.
Unus Annus. God, where do I begin? I'm a big fan of both Mark and Ethan, so I was surprised that they are doing a channel together. When I watched the first video, I was confused, but it turned into laughter. I remember every day at school, I'd always go home happy to see an Unus Annus video. I didn't edit for Unus Annus to celebrate. I edited both versions. I used the song from a musical, 35mm, a musical expedition song called The Ballad of Sarah Berry, and I created a story behind it. I even put quotes from Unus Annus in my high school yearbook, even though it is gone. But after Unus Annus, everything changed. I started to open up to my friends. Unus Annus changed my life. Thanks Mark, Ethan, Amy, the editors, and everyone who was in Unus Annus and the community. Memento mori, Unus Annus.
Unus Annus felt like somebody really cared about me and wanted to see me happy. Don't really have a full down explanation, but still.
Unus Annus brought light to an otherwise dark year for me.
Unus Annus was one of the few things that got me through such a terrible year. It helped me get through things that were terrible in the world, such as COVID, and cope with more personal family issues. They did this by simply putting a smile on my face daily. It's honestly crazy to think how much they helped me and so many other people just by posting videos every day. It also taught me how much can change and how attracted you can get to something in such a short time, and how a short year really is. Memento mori, Unus Annus.
Unus Annus did so much for me. It helped me realize what I have and that you should appreciate the people who are close with and love. Unus Annus also made me happy during some of the most darkest months of my life, even when I was contemplating whether I go on or not. But the first video I watched, I became hooked, and Unus Annus became my medication for the time being, along with laughter. It helped me realize that, well, of course there isn't enough time in the world. We should spend the most of it being happy and living it to the best as possible. To be able to help me let go of my past and just laugh more around people, and even being alone is okay. Lastly, Unus Annus specifically taught me to try new things, whether you're alone or with a friend. Just try new things and not take time for granted. So I wanted to say thank you. Thank you, Ethan, Mark, Amy, and the editors who probably laughed as much as we did. Unus Annus, memento mori.
What Unus Annus did to me was it really opened up my eyes to the world around me and what I currently have. It reminded me of what rung that bell in my head, that truly isn't enough time to just stand there and do nothing. They showed me that change is okay and letting go of the past is important to move on into your future. They taught me lessons I didn't even know I had to learn. And most of all, They showed me how to be around other people and not just when I'm alone in a room with nobody else.
Unfortunately, I didn't find out about Unus Annus until after it ended, but watching compilations on YouTube and hearing about it, what it meant to so many people, gave me a pretty good idea of what it was all about. Although I've only been able to watch compilations, they've all been absolutely hilarious. I still wish I'd find out about it at the beginning so I could have watched every video and experienced it all. The entire concept of the channel was quite smart too, and taught a lot of people, including myself, to not take anything for granted and to live life to its fullest. Just in general, though, I love Mark, Eve, Amy, Jack, Bob, Wade, and Tyler, what they created on YouTube, and how happy they've made my sister and I while watching their content, and how happy they've just made us people in general. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. P.S. My sister and I do the dance of Italy at school. Please don't kill us, lol.
It was simply a light in my life for a year during all the change in the world. Memento mori.
Unus Annus has done more than just make me happy. That 1 year felt so short, but I never regretted a thing watching it. Mark, Ethan, and Amy and everyone had worked hard to make us satisfied with the experience, but it's not just about the satisfaction, it saved a lot of our lives, which I think is a big part of Unus Annus' creation. It was devastating to see it all end in just one click, but we got a whole lot out of it and learned many things. They made us laugh, cry, and all of those emotions. To me, it never really truly ended. It definitely still is a part of me, and I love them for telling me many things many others couldn't. So big preach to everyone who made Unus Annus complete.
Every day after coming back from school, the thing I looked forward to the most was watching Unus Annus. The channel meant so much to me. Unus Annus never once failed to make my day better. I'm really thankful to Amy, Mark, Ethan, and everyone that was involved for making a year of my life brighter. Memento mori, Unus Annus.
Unus Annus, for me, felt like a second home, a way to escape a horrible reality I was living at the time. I pushed myself out of my comfort zone and got to meet some new friends. I've made so many fond memories out of it. I'm glad I was able to experience it since day one.
One thing I will say is it's helped me realize that you can do so many things in such little time and keep going to reach that end goal no matter what gets in your way. It also has helped me feel better or just make me feel happier about everything. If you ever get upset about something, that's the one thing I will say about this channel. It has helped me get through so much, and sometimes you can't keep everything in that time, but the memories you can keep.
Unus Annus was a valuable lesson I took to heart. I was there from the beginning to the end, laughed and cried. If it wasn't for Mark and Ethan, I would be staring at my computer screen, reliving the same day every day. At the start of Unus Annus, I realized I was doing nothing with my life, so I decided to get a job and got hired at Pizza Hut. I don't recommend, to be honest, part-time. I started working out and lost 10 pounds in 1 to 2 months. Then, at school, I overheard one of my classmates I really never spoke to talking about Unus Annus. We had a conversation about it and left it at that. 3 weeks later, Mark said, try to have a conversation with a stranger or an old friend, which gave me an idea to talk to the classmate, which I always overlooked. It might have been the best decision I had ever made. It started slow but escalated really quickly. From hiding worms on a string and tiny plastic babies, all the way to having an Unus Annus themed prom and pulling up in a hearse. The month before the end of Unus Annus, I had a sudden shock to actually ask them out on an actual date. They said no, then 2 days later they said yes. We've been together for almost a year now. I couldn't have asked for anyone better. I also can't thank Mark and Ethan enough, helping me open my eyes to a better life. I always remember. Unus Annus. The little spiral sign says, will you be the Unus to my Annus and go to prom with me? I'm pretty sure.
Unus Annus drastically changed my life. This channel came out when I was heavily considering suicide, and since Mark and Ethan meant a lot to me, I decided to wait out the year. I'd said I'd hold on for the year and leave with Unus Annus. Well, thanks to the channel making me hold on, life actually did get better, and I have an actual reason to continue besides a channel made by two of my favorite weirdos. Actually, the day Unus Annus died, a song called Thank You came out by Pentatonics that described my feelings toward the channel perfectly. I'll never know the right words to choose, so all I can say is thank you. I want to thank Mark, Amy, Ethan, Evan, Marcus, Rachel, Lixian, and every other person for making this channel what it is. I genuinely would not be here if it wasn't for this channel, and I plan on getting the logo tattooed on me later to remember this channel forever. Thank you.
I never thought that I would be the kind of person to get so intimately involved in a YouTube channel. I had been watching Markiplier for about a year, but I wasn't interested in watching Unus Annus at first. My friend introduced me to it on September 10th, 2020. She told me to choose a video. The one that caught my eye was the very first one, cooking with sex toys. Although she told me we couldn't watch that one because her mom would be concerned, so it wasn't my first video. I don't remember my first video was at that point, but cooking with sex toys was the first video I watched on my own. I remember hearing one of them say that it would be impossible to catch up, but I said, "You're underestimating how much I love to binge watch." I have seen every single one of your videos from the start to the finish. I didn't realize until now how much of an effect your channel had on me in my life. I didn't realize till I started crying as the last hour hit. I know I'm gonna wake up one day thinking, I wonder what Unus Annus posted today, and it won't even exist. You all have touched my life in unimaginable ways. I honestly don't want to sleep tonight or tomorrow, because as long as I don't sleep, there will never be another day without Unus Annus. But I know that it would defeat the purpose. Nothing is meant to last forever. Thank you for having been there while you were. I love Unus Annus, and I will forever remember Unus Annus. Memento mori.
Hi, so if you don't know me, I'm Maddie, or mostly known as Weirdo Kingdoms, and this is going to be all my thoughts and ideas related to Unus Annus. Hopefully I get them all down in 3 minutes, so let's go. First off, Unus Annus helped me a lot through the pandemic and through 2020 in general. Starting in March, April-ish to August, September, that was a really depressing time in my life. Because first off, pandemic, I wasn't able to talk to anybody really from my friends, and during the summer, I was moving, so it's like, no. But Unus Annus helped me cheer me up and lighten up my day whenever I was not having good thoughts. Thoughts. But I'm fine now. I'm better now, and I'm glad I was able to watch Unus Annus, because I don't know what I would do without Unus Annus, if that makes sense. Yeah, I did watch Jacksepticeye and Mark and Ethan's own channels, but Unus Annus had that little thing, that little click in my head. I'm like, yes, I love these stupid and funny videos that they made, and I wasn't able to watch every single video that they made, sadly, and I remember not being able to watch the live stream because when it first happened, it was in my math class, and by the time I was gonna watch the end, I passed out, and I wasn't able to watch it, and the only reason I watched the end was because of somebody's screen recording I found of it on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I cried because of how much Unus Annus helped me through 2020 mentally. So it's like, well, at least I have my OC Mal, who is the daughter of Annus, and watched her own father die right in front of her. So she kind of has PTSD of people abandoning them, or dying in a way, death in general. that sounds weird, but yeah. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say about Unus Annus. And sadly I wasn't able to get the merch. I'm currently wearing a Gearbook hoodie, but I was really hoping to get some, but yeah. So that's not important, but I think now I'm done. All I have to say now is Memento mori, Unus Annus. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Again, to finish off this wonderful video, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that submitted something, and thank you to whoever watched all the way through this. It means the absolute world to me because a lot of work went into this project, and I really hope this makes it to Mark and Ethan and everybody who is a part of Unus Annus, because as you can see, it did a lot for a lot of people and meant a lot to everybody. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Remember, Unus Annus, Memento Mori.